Hello and welcome to the Dream Team HQ. I'm Rory Harper and I'm here with Dream Team funny man Sean Burke and Dream Team experts Nick Elliott and Andrew Butler. Today we're here to talk about all things Dream Team. The brand new 2018-19 game is about to launch as a £400,000 prize pot to be won by all of you. It's completely free. £400,000. What would you spend £400,000 on?
I'd probably buy half a house in London and just live upstairs.
Got to be 400,000 scratch cards for me, I think.
I like that one. I'm a gambler. That's more fun for me.
I'd probably go 400 nights at the Lowry Hotel in Manchester. It's where Jose Mourinho lives at the moment. He still lives in the hotel, poor bloke. And I just kind of knock on his door, see what he's up to, see what's making him so miserable.
In this video, we are going to be talking teams, tactics, and tips to give you a winning season. But first, we have to hand over to Sean Burke, who has some important information.
Thank you, Rory. Yes, that's right. Now, I know most of you out there are probably Dream Team experts at playing the game, but there will be one or two out there who are still Dream Team virgins, so we should go through the basics first. So, you pick your team of 11 players from our very generous £50 million pot, but don't worry, that will get you more than just one Richarlison. Then you pick your formation, and then you're pretty much ready to go. You even get 3 substitutions a month if any of your players are having a stinker, so you can change things. And did Rory mention that there is a £400,000 prize pot to win from? And it's free to enter, so win-win.
Wow. What?
Happy days.
I know, it's a no-brainer.
Also, little side note, me and Sean are having a little competition at the minute so you can get the most sign-ups for their individual Dream Team mini league. So please make sure that you sign up to mine because Sean is currently whooping my butt.
Yeah.
It's just your close friends and family in yours at the moment.
Yeah, unfortunately, and there's only 4 of us.
His mum made 3 accounts just for it. So.
She has. It's really sad.
It's nice for her.
Okay, moving on. We're going to discuss how we pick our teams and how we manage them and how to get one over on your mates.
Before we go through that, actually, though, Rory, should we do a review of perhaps your season last year and how that went? How did you fare in your league, Rory?
It was a difficult league. It was hard getting transfers in. They didn't quite pull off at times. There was lots of injuries. It was possibly the worst Dream Team season ever on record.
And what was your position in the league?
So I finished bottom.
Oh.
Ouch.
Talking about Dream Team experts, you won the World Cup game.
Yeah, I did.
So what were your key decisions in winning that title?
First of all, you've got to make sure you're spending the money in the right places. So save at the back, spend big up top.
And interestingly, in this Premier League season game, we've adopted 3 at the back. For the first time ever in a Dream Team season game, we've got 3 at the back.
Absolutely.
So there's a good way of saving money there, right?
You've got to be going for 3-4-3.
3-4-3, yeah.
If anyone there is out there going, I'm still sticking to the 4-4-2, don't do that.
It's not 1994 anymore.
Exactly.
No one goes
4-4-2. 4-4-2. Go 3-4-3.
F in 3.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Make sure you do that. So that's a game changer, right? You all going to go with that system? Just to clarify that you're not throwing people off there.
No. Would I do that?
You're going 3-4-3?
Yeah, I'm going 3-4-3.
Okay. So players that you have to pick, which is with one defender. You can't pick the same defender. Who do you pick? Sean?
Kieran Trippier, because I got to answer first.
Yeah, I'm going Andy Robertson for me. £3 million, great value, guaranteed starter for Liverpool pretty much. Good value, going to get the same clean sheet points as Van Dijk will. Probably chip in with a few assists as well.
Yeah, okay. But
I'm sticking with Van Dijk, monster at the back. Also, we'll pick up the 7+ bonus points as well. The players, something in Dream Team that if you score 7 out of 10 or above, you get 3 extra bonus points as well. He's the sort of person that's always involved, like Robertson is as well, but I can just see him being like one of those monsters who also picks up your Starman awards as well.
Okay, right. I'm just going to borrow that pen because I'm going to be making little notes. So, right.
You're up to about a mid-table finish.
No, that's probably right. I didn't keep one clean sheet last year. So. While we're on the Liverpool subject, we're going to move one step further back on the pitch. Alisson, is he going to be in your Dream Team?
Not for me, only because I like to save money for the goalkeepers. Alisson's £4 million. That makes him the equal second most expensive in the game, I think, after De Gea. Same as Ederson.
This knowledge.
So I like to save money because generally speaking, keepers don't score as many points. You want, as I said earlier, to spend your money up top. But I think Alisson will be potentially, along with De Gea, the top scoring keeper. But I'd like to cap myself around 3 million for keepers. Someone like Pickford or Bernd Leno.
For me, I'm going De Gea. He's been like Man United's best player of the last kind of 3 years or so.
Yeah.
Probably going to be quite involved as well, because United, they don't look like they're going to be offering much up front just by the way they're playing. So
what about Lee Grant?
I say, you're trying to tell me Lee Grant's not going to be starting the Champions League?
I mean, I'll see when I see
Insider.
Jose in the,
Sean, keeper.
I have De Gea in my team currently. Now, he didn't perform as well during the World Cup as I would have hoped. So off to a rocky start with our relationship, but I'm hoping it can improve from here on out. United are anything, they're if nothing defensive, so I kind of banking on them getting a few clean sheets.
Okay, so then we've got your individual picks for keepers and defenders now. We move on to midfield. Who's the one player that you need in your midfield?
Between De Bruyne and Sané, I think you can't look much further than those two. I think Sané obviously didn't go to the World Cup. De Bruyne obviously will probably be a bit slower to get into it, but Sané will be fresh coming off, a long summer, and he probably feels like he has something to prove because he wasn't in the squad, even though they got knocked out pretty early. But still, I'd say he'll just want to kick on and he'll just get better.
Okay, Nick?
Sadio Mane for me. We've got him down as a midfielder in the game, which obviously is a bit of a quirk because Salah on the other flank is down as a forward, but take advantage of that. I think Mane is quite expensive at 6 million, the equal second most expensive midfielder in the game. But as I say, because he's pretty much a forward, it's almost worth spending that extra bit of money.
Yeah.
I've got Hazard in my team. He might be a bit leggy from the World Cup, I'm not sure, but and Maurizio Sarri coming into Chelsea is a bit of an unknown quantity, to be honest. But what everyone knows about Sarri is that he loves a bit of madness as well. So I expect that Hazard will just be just allowed to do whatever it is that he wants to do, to be honest, because he is obviously Chelsea's key player.
Okay, it's the fun part of picking your dream team. You've got to pick your strikers. So who's the one striker that you have to have in your team? Nick Elliott.
I'm going to leave Kane to one of these lads. I'm going to go for Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang.
He's in my team.
We saw, obviously, he signed for Arsenal January of last year. 10 goals in 13 games in the second half of the year. Adapted to the Premier League straight away. Whether he's playing up top with Lacazette or leading the line on his own, he's going to be a goal threat. That extra pace he's got, class act for me. And at 5.5 million, he's cheaper than a lot of the other top strikers in the game. I think he's good value for money.
Yeah, well, cheers for taking basically all of our picks. So Aubameyang, I fully expect him to do extremely well again this season. Although, again, the same point with Arsenal, the start of the season is incredibly tough. Aubameyang is someone that I'm actually holding back on getting in my team. Someone that I'm actually going from the very start is old Sonny Boy from Spurs.
Really?
Love the guy. And I know emotion shouldn't really pick your dream team. You should do it on stone cold facts. I mean, that's another top tip. But I really like Son Heung-min. He got 184 points last season. You can pick him up for 5 million. Plays a lot of minutes as well for Spurs.
And he's going to keep his place because Spurs haven't signed anyone.
Yeah, exactly. No one's going to be taking his shirt, are they?
No stress about that, is there?
Yeah.
Sean Burke, who's your striker pick?
Well, okay, I've already got Aubameyang in my team, but if I was to choose Kane or Salah, I think I would go with Kane. Salah had such an amazing season last year. I just feel like the only way is down. Even if it's...
Are you saying it's a fluke? Yeah.
I'm not saying he's going to flop this season, but I don't think he'll be quite as good. But Kane has proved himself consistently that he's not a one-season wonder and has done it year after year after year.
Arsenal fan, right?
It doesn't matter right now. But yeah,
You're an Englishman.
I'm a football fan.
Yeah. Just say he's one of our own. Go on. Yeah.
No comments.
The debate between Salah and Kane is actually one that we know a lot of Dream Team players are having at the moment.
Yeah.
Salah's actually the most picked player in the game so far this season. 58% of teams have got him, whereas around 55% of teams have got Kane in their team.
And we all know Kane doesn't score in August, right?
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
Everyone
he
knows
doesn't
that
do that. But I mean, I'm kind of inclined to agree with Sean about the Salah factor. Is he going to have his difficult second season, which Kane didn't have? Basically, I don't expect him to, but
he's not on my team. I think
he's not on mine either.
I think defenders are going to understand how to work against him now. It's going to be a tricky one.
Yeah.
But it's interesting that none of you boys have picked Salah.
Yeah. I don't know what that is, isn't it? It's sceptical.
Yeah, I think just a bit.
I think there's an element of the World Cup, like World Cup Salah, but then you've got to remember that Liverpool are not Egypt. They're they're a bit better.
Excellent analysis. Liverpool are
remember
not
that
Egypt.
message.
In the comments below, tell us who you think is going to score the most goals in the Premier League this season. So obviously you live and die by the players that you pick. Who is the best find on Dream Team? And I'm talking before the game starts, because players fluctuate in price, right, during the season. So you need to make sure you get the pick right at the start. Who is the best, like, pound for pound buy in the game?
That's a big question. As you said, you live and die with the players you choose, and often mini leagues are won by picking that bargain player that was overlooked by everyone else.
Yeah.
So you want to look at maybe somewhere at gamble like Mitrovic, perhaps.
Ooh,
He's got a lot of goals for Fulham. I know obviously it's the Championship, but seems to suit their system. Had a decent World Cup, could easily bully his way to a few goals. He's at 2.5 million, I think, the forward, as is Andre Schürrle. So if you're backing Fulham to be any good, one of those two could be an option.
Schürrle's in my team, Nick. So I like the way you think, Nick.
There you go.
I've got a similar policy when it comes to bargains. The promoted players. Have a look at the promoted players, because there might be some absolute, like, some gold in there. I've got Jota in my team from Wolves, because pretty much everything that Wolves did last season went through Jota, and he's in the game at 2 million as well. And if Wolves have a good season, and I'm thinking like just, you know, the higher end of the bottom half really has a good season, it means that he'll probably have had a decent season as well. So,
because they don't really have a striker, a proper striker, do they? Who bangs in a lot of goals. A lot of goals come from midfield. So Diego Jota will probably score some goals there.
Now, just say that is Ryan Sessegnon in the game?
He is, 2.5 million. And he's down as a midfielder, and again, he really sort of plays as like a left-sided forward almost.
Going off what Andrew said, I think like promoted players, he would be another good pick, because he's already being eyed up by like the top 6 clubs. And he did really well in the Championship last year. And what is he? He's like 17, 18, you know?
18,
and 2.5 million, 16. That's not bad.
Right. So which player do you think's overpriced? Who's going to... I mean, you kind of covered it a little bit with Salah, because you think he's not going to do the same. But there must be another player out there who's just overpriced.
Well, as an Arsenal fan, it has to be Alexis Sanchez, because he's a terrible person. And actually, he wasn't that great in the second half of the season last year.
He wasn't.
So, you know, it's just downhill from here, mate.
5 million for Alexis Sanchez, so you could get Leroy Sané instead.
Yeah.
Perhaps, which obviously you would.
Yes, I did.
I'd go Sané.
I'd do it again.
You've got to look at the Man City players, because I mean they're arguably overpriced in real life, but some of them might be slightly overpriced in Dream Team as well, because pretty much is Aguero going to start? That's the thing. He played brilliantly in the Community Shield, and is obviously still such a world-class player. But Guardiola sometimes just goes like, "No, you're not playing for a few months." And Aguero is in the game at 6.5 million as well, which is the third most expensive player in the game. There'll be people that definitely pick him, but
he's one of the most selected still, I think, at the moment. And if Jesus is 4 million, and if he ends up being first choice, that looks like good value. But it's very difficult to choose there for Man City. Obviously, you want to back the team that got 100 points in the last year, but it's difficult to decide. Also, Sterling is criminally underpicked. So, more people have picked Shaqiri than Sterling at the moment.
Is that so?
Yeah.
Sterling's only been picked by 5.5%. Of
people. Obviously scored 23 goals last year, 17 assists in all competitions, one of the highest scoring players in the game. Shaqiri more popular.
And he pretty much had a whole summer off, didn't he? I said it. I said
Did you
it.
see the good work he did off the ball?
Yeah. So if there's one rule that you can give to brand new Dream Team players like virgins or absolute experts like yourselves, veterans who have done it for years, what's the one little bit of advice that you'd give them?
I'd say just be brutal. Like, I know everybody shows their allegiance to their club over the season, but if you wanna rack up those points,
Pick Harry Kane.
Yeah, if that's what it takes. If you want to win, if you want to be a winner, just be brutal. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, Nick.
I would say don't pick defensive midfielders. This is an absolute classic rule that tens of thousands of people break every single season. I can see the stats from this year already. Tens of thousands of you have got Kante in. He's a world-class player, but not in fantasy football, because he doesn't assist, he doesn't score goals, he doesn't get points to clean sheets, because only defenders and keepers do. It's a waste of a pick. If you're picking midfielders, pick pretty much number 10s or wingers or those that are near forwards.
Good advice.
Mine is just stick at it as well. The season game is not won and lost in August or September. Just carry on going. You'll start to see patterns of who people are picking. But then it's also the great time that you can kind of start getting the players in that perhaps people aren't looking at, who will then go on to excel later on in the season. So stick at it. You might have an awful couple of first weeks, but it's not lost in August.
Yes, guys, that's all for us. Hopefully you've taken some important advice on board. We're going to put our 4 teams in the comments below, so make sure you roast every single one of those teams and let us know where we're going wrong and where we can make them better. You need to sign up for the Dream Team game before kickoff. This is very important. Before kickoff of Manchester United Leicester on Friday the 10th of August. If not, you're going to be behind on points. There's a prize pot of £400,000 if you weren't watching earlier in the video to be won, and it's completely free to play. So make sure you go in the description, find out how to sign up and do it now. Otherwise, Sean will leave Dream Team for good.
Don't want that, do we?
We don't want that. It's fine.
Oh, we don't want that.
Thanks for watching, guys.